Good afternoon. I asked AI to come up with the suggestions for a video idea I had about how the Orbea Denna can help a heart attack survivor climb huge hills. And what it came up with was the title of this video, but it also had other things to say. So I showed Mrs. Yako what the AI had come up with, and she said, and I quote, "That AI has studied at the Top Gear School of Utter Arse." So I don't know how, but I still have these three amazing test bikes. They're all very different, all very good. But the one at the end, the Canyon, is being returned because it's new bike day. Well, it is for me, but you won't get to see that until next week. It's a very different, very different bike. So I hope you're looking forward to that one as much as I am. But until then, we are going out on the Denna. There it is. We probably can't see it. We're going to have glare from the window. How stupid am I? Now, I know it's sadly true that there's an awful lot of us heart attack survivors out there. And I know, sadly, that a lot of us were cyclists beforehand. And we would hope, I guess we were hoping that we were pretty much guarded against such things. But we're not. So, once you've survived, the first thing you want to do is get back on your bike. And it's not necessarily a very good idea. You don't want to put your heart under too much strain. So after mine, my cardiologist suggested all sorts of things. And the one that she seemed to stick with to begin with was that I shouldn't go over 135 beats per minute. Now I'm very lucky in that advice has now changed, and I can go as high as I like for up to about 15 minutes. Now that's great for normal climbs, but not for big climbs. So what we're going to do today, a really horrendous climb. I know I say that almost every week now. It's because there are horrendous climbs almost every week. And I'm quite proud that I can still do them. And of course, I can only do them because of the bikes that I'm riding. So today we're on the Orbea Denna. And that's partly, I suppose, because this really is going to be a test. So when Mrs. Yako pointed out that everything that the AI came up with sounded like Top Gear, I decided that the obvious thing to do would be to shoot the entirety of this video as Jeremy Clarkson. So this video is authentic utility for the silver cyclist. I can't do Jeremy Clarkson. Who can do Jeremy Clarkson? Cardiac recovery doesn't have to mean abandoning high altitude mountain ambitions. No. Oh, I'm dreadful. I've got Sean Connery. Do you want Sean Connery? Do you want Sean Connery? I can do Sean Connery. I can't do Clarkson. High altitude mountain ambitions. No, I'm dreadful. Forget Clarkson, we're doing dramatic. This is the AI. They told me high mountain passes were a thing of my past. A memory buried by a cardiac diagnosis. But today, he came in for a second there, but today we're proving the doctors wrong by using the Orbea Denna as a literal lifeline. Watch as we reclaim the peaks, turning potential medical limit into a breathtaking, life-affirming ascent. Blimey. I mean, honestly, what a load of old porridge. To be honest, I think a lot more accurate would just be to say we're going to take the Orbea up some violent climbs to see if I die. And to be honest, they don't come a lot more violent than the Coll de Garganta, which is what we're going to try today. I'm not entirely sure it's even paved. If it's too rough, we won't be able to do it, but I've got a backup plan. But the Coll de Garganta is monstrous. It's only 3.2 kilometers long, but it averages 9 with lots of long stretches over 25%, and it tops out at 27.6. So if that's not a test, I don't know what is. Well, I am sorry, because that was a video that was going to be for you and it ended up being a video for me. It ended up being a ride for me. So if you are a rider who's affected by having had a heart attack and you need to keep your heart rate under 125, 135, and you want to ride crazily steep hills, I would recommend an e-bike, obviously, but also a mid-motor bike with at least 50 Newton meters of torque and gearing probably lower than 1:1, i.e. if it's a 50-34 chain set up front, you'll need a 34 tooth granny gear, and frankly a lot better than that, probably 36 or larger. Now, the easiest way of achieving that really is by buying one of these modern e-gravel bikes, because they are set up to have really quite ridiculous gearing. This Denna is a prime example of what is possible. It's got a 44 tooth chainring, and at the back has got an incredible 10 to 51 tooth cassette. I found this to be an excellent way of getting up that hill. Now, bearing in mind I was doing it at 40 Newton meters and my heart rate went way past, so in some ways, yes, I'm sorry, you'll need to ignore that bit. But if I'd chosen first gear and used most of what this motor can give, which is up to 85 Newton meters of torque, I would have been fine going up that hill. But if you are lighter, or your hills aren't anything like as steep as that, obviously, the requirement for such extreme gears or so much power and torque won't be as necessary. The other thing I need to do is that the ride today was sponsored by... Actually, it wasn't. They sent me a free one. This is the Wellue Visualbeat heart rate monitor. It's very light. It's flexible, which actually I really like. It works. It works incredibly well. I got ever so excited when I realised that you can hook it up to your laptop, and using an algorithm which has been approved by the US health authorities, as in it's decent, it's actually a real AI algorithm, you can see your ECG. It gives you the last 30 minutes ECG of your ride, or the 30 minutes until you decide to actually have a look. It's pretty cool. Apparently my sinus rhythm is normal, which is nice to hear. Wellue also do more, I guess, serious heart rate monitors, where you can actually use these overnight and you can actually have a proper look to see how your heart is doing at all stages of the day. It seems like a great thing. It certainly works flawlessly. That was this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. There is more to come. We've got the mystery bike, of course. Oh, there's a lot going on at the moment. There's a lot going on, but I'm hoping you're enjoying these. I'm bloody loving it at the moment. There's so much going on. I've got so many videos I want to shoot and not enough time. But if you're enjoying these, please subscribe, like, do whatever you're supposed to do to make these more popular. Tell your friends. tell your cycling buddies if you can. But until the next one, ride happy, and thanks for watching.